S&P looks like they may have a trap underneath that last low. At around 50 quarter. Longs take the pulse off 50 quarters, seeing if they can grab a scalp back to the upside before the open. Otherwise, there's not really a whole lot else going on. Crude oil poking the top, double top, and trying to push back a little bit. Find a reason yesterday for not trading crude oil. Very interesting. I couldn't understand how something trades in negative dollars. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? That scares the crap out of me. Like, oh, you want to take a 10 contract position? Yeah, you better remortgage your house. That's how much the mortgage is going to cost. I was like, nah, I'm good. No thanks. There are some risks that are worth it. There are some that are not. Got the open right around the corner here. Still waiting to see if the S&P can finish the job. Got into 3. Tested the target, no fill. Welcome to the S&P. What's the margin on oil now? I think it's back to 1,000 or 2,000 again, back in the realm of normality. But again, mentally, I'll never trade it that way. Taken out on the S&P for the objective. 5 minutes to go until the open. Not really much else going on, just small little scalps. I don't know if that means it's working now, but that does mean it's working. Fantastic. Shorts are looking for more continuation to the downside on the NASDAQ for a pulse lower. There we go. Now the hotkeys are working. Yeah. All right. Back in business. Bulls are really starting to try to show up to the party here on the S&P. Nice bull bar. Trying to grab a fill on the bid. There we go. At 49.50. A lot of volatility and a lot of back and forth going on so far. Tested the target, no fill. Jeez, this thing's poppy. Tested the target again, no fill. Again, no fill. please. Thank you. Golly. S&P starting to pulse down into this zone of support. I like this area for the bulls to try to push it back up. I didn't get a fill on that dip. Got one filled on the scalp, but couldn't get the other. Come on, a little more. Grab the scalp. 55.75. There you go. Oh man, I just looked over and realized the S&P dipped underneath 53.50 as well. Holy crap, I didn't see that. And now I can't get a fill. There we go. If they are going to, they left behind a little bit of a candle gap back here at 50.50. That's a really nice spot if they're going to pulse this back a little further. If they do just jump up and take out the scalp, then fine, so be it. But I really like this 50.50 area. Come on now. Okay. All right. Now we've got a little play. So obviously the first zone, going to have to at least liquidate some. Probably not smart to do it that way though. Now, given that I do have the long going on, normally I would look for a possibility of a head short on the NASDAQ, but this is probably one of the worst spots to look for a short on the NASDAQ on the planet. So it's not super interested in that at the moment. Nice. Okay. See if we can get an excess continuation pop back to the upside. I'll eat the loss on the first portion, but the secondary portion should be able to make it back up to 52. And that also means that I can open up with this pullback at least. A nice little zone for the NASDAQ to pulse back. A little more S&P. There we go. All right, I'm going to exit out of the hedge on the NASDAQ as well. It's no longer needed. And we'll see if we can let this last one go for a little while. I had to exit the one additional one to compensate for the hedge loss. Otherwise, I'd have two, but I think it was still worth the risk of putting the hedge on. And we still got the one. See if they can bounce us all the way back up. Upside objective is going to be back up towards, well, really where a lot of the earlier buyers started coming in. But the question is if they're going to be able to make it back above that. There's going to be a lot of those buyers who got trashed and didn't have a chance to really modify it or adjust. So they're still stuck, and they're going to be stuck up at like the 56s. Or potentially back in like the 53s where the original positions were. Looking at the bigger spectrum, obviously we're way far up in the stratosphere. So the likelihood of getting a big old runner out of this is not very high, but I'm still trying. All right, this is the earlier area where the buyers first started coming in. Right there at 53.25. We're now above it. If they were looking for break evens, they're getting filled right now. So we know that these earlier longs who got stuck are potentially exiting. We're seeing a little bit of a push back. This is the zone where, you know, again, if I had another one, I'd still be long, but I've got to take it off here, seeing them push back like that. The next one above that would be back up towards the highs, but I'm not going to complain about that move. Nice push. A little bit of heat on the initial portion, but